we were so close to having the first female president. Now we are probably as far away from what we would have gotten with that as possible. How are you feeling?
Oh, a little bit drunk, a little bit sad, I'll be honest. No, I woke up this morning full of optimism and full of excitement. I think like a lot of women did today. I felt like whether you were a Hillary supporter for her policies or not, for women this was going to be a big day. And right now I think a lot of people are just in shock.
It's interesting because they were doing a poll of people after they'd voted, and at one stage 66% of white women were supporting Trump.
We've got the breakdown here. 53% of white women voted for Trump, 4% of black women voted for Trump, and 26% of Latino women voted for Trump.
Well, what that shows you is that the people in real America, in small-town America, weren't buying the bull dust that was coming out of the elites
about bullshit
voting
about
for
the idea of there being a real America.
I'm sorry, I was speaking
all America
before
is
you
real.
interrupted.
Is
it okay
and
if
the
I speak?
question, I believe, was to me. All of America is real. If you live in the city or you live in a small town, you're still an American.
This is the reason why Donald Trump won, because people like you lecture and hector people.
Pricey.
Steve,
We were talking
why.
to Jamila, and you don't need to keep that tone.
So.
Well, I thought I could speak without being interrupted, but anyway, carry on.
I guess the question is, I remember when Julia Gillard lost the prime ministership, she said gender says something about it, it doesn't say everything about it. Is that true here? Because there is, as Steve rightly points out, so many factors at play in this election, and it wasn't just misogyny and gender that made her lose the election.
Absolutely. I think ultimately this was an election about rising inequality and how globalisation has affected ordinary Americans. But overlaid on that was very much this story about gender and this story about race. And those statistics that Gretel and Carrie were talking about a moment ago very much show that people voted very differently depending on race and depending on gender.
I think we do have to be careful, though, thinking that this one woman, no matter what the country, can be iconic, that she represents all women, because then the fallout for that is, well, we tried a woman before and it didn't work. This was Hillary Clinton, who is a particular type of woman. She does not reflect all of us,